Many years ago, I used to drink alcoholic beverages. And of course, alcoholic beverages basically control your mind eventually. So I used to stop at my friend's nightclub with good intentions just to go in and have a drink or two. But then after I would get in there and have a few drinks, the alcohol would begin to control the mind, and I would just stay until he closed. And by that time, I would probably have too much to drink. So anyway, I did that for a few years. Started out rather innocently, but as time went by, it got worse, as it always does, until eventually it began to really affect my lifestyle. Affected my work, affected my home life, affected my marriage, probably affected my relationship with my children, although I don't know that it did. But I never was one that had to drink every day, but once I started drinking, I wouldn't quit on whatever day I might start. That was the type of drinker I was. And I went on doing that for several years, and it got harder and harder to live that lifestyle. But one day, I'd been out drinking, and I came home, and it was a very violent lightning and thunderstorm at night. And for some reason, I went out in the backyard with the pouring down rain and the lightning and thunder. And the Lord God converted me from being somebody who was addicted to the use of alcohol to somebody who had no use for alcohol whatsoever. In other words, I was saved. That's what church would say about it. So the next day, I got up and told my wife that I'd been saved and I was going to go to church next Sunday. She said, "Oh, yeah," I said, "I've heard that a million times, but I've never seen it happen." So anyway, Sunday rolled around, and I was up, got cleaned up, got my suit on, and I went to church, Berry Street Baptist Church in Springdale, Arkansas, because I was born and raised in a Southern Baptist church. Although I was never saved, that was what I was used to, so that's where I went when I was saved. So after that, my attitude changed, my work changed, my home life changed, everything changed for the better. So I began working for Mr. Bill Ferguson at Polar Express Trucking Company. And he asked me what I wanted to do when he hired me. And I said, well, I was trying to start a janitorial and paper supply company, but I was unable to get the money to do it, so I would like to go to work for him. So he put me to work, and then 3 or 4 months later, he called me in and wanted to talk about the janitor supply company, and he ended up financing it and helped me get into the janitorial and paper supply business. So then God blessed me and my family with that janitorial and paper supply company. We had it for 19 years. And 3 years before I sold it, I started a chemical manufacturing company called Chem Station. So I sold Southland Supply Company. My son Tom basically managed Southland Supply Company for the last few years that we owned it, and then when we started Chem Station and we sold Southland, he stayed on and managed Chem Station. So anyway, the fact that God blessed me by converting me to Christianity totally changed my life. And now I'm teaching elder at a small church in Goshen, Arkansas. Wife and I are retired. We've transferred ownership of the companies to our two sons, Brent and Tom. And that is the story of how God saved me and took me away from the influence of alcohol and blessed me. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.